Okay, we'll get started. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and we're going to start off with our presentation of the 2017-2018 Scholar Athlete Awards. And Joe, do you do that? Is that typically? You can maybe speak to some of the folks who are here that maybe aren't aware of what the program is and so forth, and we can.
I'll just turn this around here. Good afternoon, everyone. The Scholar Athlete has been in its inception started about 16 years ago. We've been honoring scholar athletes from all the public and private school districts throughout Northumberland County. And we specify that they are residents of Northumberland County, and we've been doing it, like I said, for 16, I think this is the 16th year. And the commissioners have been very supportive of this not only these commissioners, but previous commissioners have been very supportive. We have, the scholarships I'm the chairman of the scholarship committee. I pretty much contact all the schools, and they get back in touch with me as far as who the scholar athletes will be. There's a female scholar athlete and a male scholar athlete. And just come on in. We do that under the jurisdiction of the Northumberland County Recreation Committee. And we have a few of the members here today. Tom Aber here, he's the chairman. And I think Deb Dim is here. Is Deb here somewhere? And Dave Ritchie. I don't know if Dave made it today or not. So that's what we do. We do not use taxpayers' money for the scholarships. It's all derived from fundraisers that we do. The biggest one was we have a county all-star basketball tournament, and we raise quite a few dollars with that tournament. So that's basically what we do. We give. Our funds have decreased over the years a little bit. We used to give about $200 per student. Now we're giving out $100 awards. So that's what it's all about. As far as the student athletes, it's quite an honor to be recognized as a scholar athlete. Not only are you're showing your expertise in the classroom as a high-achieving student, but you're also an outstanding athlete, and I believe they go hand in hand. And I like to say I'm very proud of these student athletes, these scholar athletes, for what they've done. They've honored their families, first of all, by achieving this kind of stature, and their communities, their schools, and of course, here in Northumberland County, we're proud of them. Hopefully, we wish them the best. They continue on these lofty goals that they've set, and they continue to do that over in the years to come. So at this time, I guess I'll just bring them up here.
I think what we've done in the past, if you want to call them up, and then we usually come down and shake each other.
Well, before you bring them up, could I speak, please?
Yes, Sam, you can speak. Sure.
I thank you.
You're the commissioner.
No, I just, Joe actually was my college roommate. My high school, we both transferred to Shamokin area from Catholic school at the same time. And he looks much older than I do, I know that. But no, as a commissioner, I just want to congratulate everyone. But this is, I guess, our third year we're doing this. And I think as a coach and a teacher, I have some more I'd like to say. First of all, when this award's given out, it seems like all the parents and all the students that come here, it's not just for their athletic ability and for their education, they're in the classroom. I think almost everyone that I have seen come and receive this award, it's also for their character. And I can talk about the people that I coached. I still coach. George, who I'm very familiar with, who was on our track team, is the kind of athlete that wasn't just for himself. He would help everybody on the team. He would cheer for everybody on the team, and he would, be the kind of student athlete that would listen, do what you tell him to do, and always be helpful. But the other thing I find, and I bet you it's most of the people here, George, I just talked to Coach Raj because I didn't know all the things that were in George, but he was track. He was a great swimmer. He was out for cross country. He was a soloist in the band. And he also coached one of the younger swim teams. And I think, and I only can pick out the ones I know, but I think that probably goes for everybody here. The same with Melissa Erdman, who is from Shamokin also, that I saw a lot and on the basketball court, and she was out for cross country. She was also played on the basketball team, which did very well this year. She also was softball. And then Melissa also was a referee, from what I hear, when the little kids would play, right, Melissa? And I probably could say that for everyone here. I know, Dawson, you're probably somehow related to me because I'm related to your mother. But the thing I just want to say is I think the students that are all here are here because of your parents. And I think it's your parents have given you the integrity, the character to be the type of student. And again, I'm assuming, and I think everyone here was that kind of person in their school. They were the ones that were helpful, were good with the teachers, were, helping students maybe with homework, helping them in their athletic abilities. That's the good thing. And that's, now you go on to college or wherever you're going, and now you got to make the decisions on your own because your parents are a phone call away or wherever. And the one thing I just want to say is the easiest thing to give up is your integrity and character. And you're going to have to make decisions in the next 4 years, the next 10 years, as me and Joe had to at the next 40 years. And don't let anybody ever take that away from you. That's the most important thing you have. And as a coach, we always give quotes. I have a little quote. Maybe it's something that you can remember as you go on. But again, as I look over, I just think the ones I pointed out that I know, but I'm sure I could point that out for everybody here. It's just a shame I don't know everyone. But I want you to try to remember this. People of character do the right thing even if no one else does. Not because they think it will change the world, but because they refuse to let the world change them. Try to remember that. Because your parents gave you the right direction. Now you're going to go off on your own a little bit. And please stay the way that they brought you up and be good people. Okay, thank you.
I would say something, but I'm not going to try and follow that. So I don't know if Commissioner Bez has anything she'd like to say.
So he kind of covered it all, but I just want to congratulate each and every one of you. I think Chairman Schock and I both echo what Commissioner Chickatano is saying, and I just want to say to the parents, I have a lot of children, and I can appreciate your time management skills and your contribution to your children's success, and I thank you too for that. And we hope some of you scholar athletes come home to live in Northumberland County and become grown-up citizens right here at home. So thank you.
Giuseppe, you're up.
All right. All right. Should we head down here?
Thank you, Sam. It's always good to hear from you and your words of wisdom. I remember you were talking about helping with homework. It reminds me of a story, in college where I helped him. He was always preoccupied with something, and he said, we had a project to do. He said, Joe, let's do this project together. And I always did my work by myself, but I said, okay, I'll work on this with you. So we did the project together so that we got a grade. The grade came in at the lowest grade I ever got, I think, was at 80. So I said, boy, that's pretty low, because I was used to getting 100. So I went to the professor. He said, well, you got 100. Chicatano got to 60. I averaged it out to an 80.
I had a choice to pick who I could do this project with Joe or Lou Delagrati, who's the basketball coach. I chose Joe because I figured we would be lower than
All right.
Lou.
You had the microphone already. Okay. Okay. But anyway, there's a lot of other stories we don't have all afternoon to talk about. All right. Let's go. We'll start off. Congratulations again, everybody.
And if I could just make one last, if you could hang around after you've received this for a little bit, we usually go out and there's a group photo that the press likes to have then. So if you could just stick around for that after everybody's received their award. Okay.
Lay the awards.
All right. We'll start with Danville. And we have a male and a female. We'll start with the females first. From Danville, Gracie Crone, is Gracie here? And Brennan Ryan. Just come on up, we'll give you your award. Well, I think they can, after you get your award, you can just stand in the back, because after this we'll get a group picture. From Line Mountain, Sierra Bob and Wesley Long. Wesley, congratulations. Good job. From Milton, Kaylee Wanamaker and Nicholas Doreski. Congratulations, Nicholas. From Mount Carmel, Nicole Verano and Manus McCracken. There's Manus. Congratulations, Manus. From Our Lady of Lourdes, Selena Albert and Dawson Williams. Congratulations, Dawson. And from Shamokin area, Marissa Erdman and George Zahler. I helped out with the Shamokin Area High School Awards this year. I was a counselor at Shamokin and for many years, and I helped out with their awards program this year. And these two student athletes from Shamokin area, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get that many awards in an end-of-the-year program. They were highly decorated scholar athletes this past year. That's fantastic. From Shikellamy, Abigail Walter and Gabriel Tilford. From Southern Columbia, Brianna Bird, Elijah Hoffman. Great job, Elijah. From Warrior Run, Rosaria James and Gage Anzelevich. Congratulations, Gage. Meadowbrook Christian Academy, Trey Bachman. There's Trey here. No? Northumberland Christian School, Hosanna Ilgen Fritz, and Ethan Underkoffler. Congratulations, Ethan. And from Northumberland Christian School, Jenna Stuck and Seth Kabanik. Congratulations, Jenna. And I believe that concludes it. Congratulations, everybody. Best wishes. Thank you, committee. Thank you, commissioners. We'll take a picture outside right now. Okay.
Usually make sure those get to them.
Probably send them. I think we send them.
Do you want us to?
I think that's what we do.
These both say Northumberland. Which one's Sunbury Christian?
Is there two of them? No, wait a second. Sorry.
Yeah, they both say Northumberland on that. Last one, Sunbury Christian?
Yeah, that last one I said was Nori. It was listed twice. It was Sunbury Christian, Jenna Stuck and Seth Kabanik. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Good to see you. Hey, congratulations on your daughter.
Hey, thank you, girl.
Yep. See you, Scott. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. 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 So did it actually shut down? Yeah. sputtering along.
She's actually shepherding.
How we did it. I thought it was
We paid it.
Oh, yeah.
Where would this AI be?
I have it.
Okay.
I have each month. I just give you the top sheet.
Right, that's, I mean, do you want to
Eve,
every
that
single
door
one?
shut tight.
He would,
Want to just give us, do you want to just give us one that,
Well, yeah, I'll give you the whole, look at all.
right,
Yeah, you can look at it. You can just check which ones.
Thank you.
right?
okay.
So I'll.
Okay.
Email? Five minutes after.
Okay, what's that, the?
Yeah. Caramel help.
Okay. Some,
It's a different land swapping thing.
Okay.
I'll run it past.
Doing the this presentation.
that's next, yeah, yep. Okay, we'll reconvene here. Next, before we get into our regular agenda, we have a Keystone Opportunity Zone presentation by TJ Ike from the Central PA Chamber of Commerce, and I see we have a couple other members of the chamber here with us as well. Thanks, gentlemen, for coming. TJ.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I do want to acknowledge that we do have several of our executive committee from the chamber here who also represent the Milton Area Industrial Development Association, our economic arm. We also have Joe Cantz here as well. And we also have some property owners that this could heavily impact as well, shall you pass it. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the KOZ, as Commissioner Schock said, it is a Keystone Opportunity Zone. It is something that we never know when it's going to become available. And we also have no time frame as to when, after this pass, should it come available again. Our most recent application was in 1999 that was successful, and that was very eventful for the Milton Area Industrial Park. I did meet with the commissioners and the other taxing bodies last month to kind of give them a prelude to what we're looking to do and show them some examples of success stories with KOZ opportunities. There's going to be 12 new designations throughout the state of Pennsylvania. This was brought to our attention on February 28th. The application must be submitted with resolutions by all 3 taxing bodies, being the Northumberland County Commissioners, also Milton Area School District, and thirdly would be Milton Borough. And these resolutions are whether or not this application should proceed. If it proceeds after receiving those resolutions, it will go to CEDACOG by September 1st. These deadlines cannot be waived at all, and then it'll go to DCED October 1st. It will then proceed if DCED finds it eligible and meets the criteria. It will go to the governor. It's anticipated we would have an answer by December 31st because the tax abatement would take place January 1, 2019, and it would be for 10 years. Now, shall this happen, the governor could approve it earlier, being that it is an election year, we are hoping. So we have to have a very tight timeline from this point forward. I've been working on this since March 15th, once the CEDACOG Central PA Region Director for KOZ acknowledged that my sites met the criteria. Eligible parcels must always be either unoccupied, underutilized, or deteriorated. I have 10 parcels. Those 10 parcels make over 186 acres when aggregated together. And this application for the central region consists of 5 counties, and of the 5 counties, 375 acres total is allowed to be submitted on our behalf for the central region. So this does make up a pretty significant part of that application. I do look to see if you have any questions. I'd be happy to try to answer those. I've been breathing and eating these different types of information on these parcels and meeting with the owners. These parcels have sat vacant for many, many years. I did provide maps, and I have packets as well that show where they're located. They are in the heart of other activity. Our industrial park has been growing leaps and bounds, and some of these properties have their own little hiccups, and this would make them appealing. I work directly with Focus Central PA, who also helps with economic development, and they meet with property owners and business owners throughout the state and also just the world. And one of the key things they look for is there any kind of tax abatement or a break to get someone to move to our area. And that's the first box on a site search that they look for. And then second is zoning. These properties are all industrial zoned already, so we would not have any hurdles as far as zoning if someone would come. Some of these properties have had interest over the last few years, but there's always somebody that has something better, that has lower taxes or that has a tax abatement, or they get a little perk to move elsewhere. So this is the caveat that we need to make these properties more appealing, if you will. And just to let you know, sometimes folks will think if somebody takes the tax abatement, it just benefits the property owner. That is not true by any means. These properties are sitting vacant because they can't sell them or lease them. They want to. This will help bring in activity, jobs, not just for the taxes, but also just the community. You know, folks coming here to relocate here, family sustaining jobs. The school district will hopefully have to feed less children on the weekends and the evenings because the parents will have jobs that can provide food for their kids. So, you know, I'm open to any questions that I can try to answer. And I also do have packets if anybody would like anything as well.
I have no questions because at the meeting you were very, very thorough.
Yeah, we tried something. So the KOZ, for you who don't know, CEDACOG is our central region. There's someone there that does that. They have to go to 5 counties. So they cannot accompany me to meetings, and they can maybe go to one meeting for each region. So I was really graciously surprised that I was able to obtain all taxing bodies: Milton Area School District Superintendent, Business Manager and School Board President, Milton Borough Council President, and also Milton Borough Manager, and the 3 Northumberland County Commissioners joined me with the KOZ coordinator to educate them on what the properties would be obtaining, how it would impact folks, and I've been freely sharing information. Another great star on these properties is all 9 out of the 10 are available by rail of some means or another. That is a huge part of whether or not they would be included in the application by DCED. So these properties are prime and ripe for the picking. It's just a matter of showing somebody a little effort on our part. It's a great partnership to show them coming into our area that we are willing to work with them.
Well, thank you for the presentation. Is there any other questions by the commissioners or anybody in the audience?
It would fill vacant properties.
As you know, and I think I've mentioned when we had the meeting, we've done some things like this, these types of programs as well. So I think everybody is on board with the concept of utilizing these sort of tax advantage property status to bring business in and create jobs. So
correct. And all 3 taxing bodies have to be on board, either the application project is just void and null. This is the first taxing body I'm presenting to. Tomorrow evening is the Milton Borough, and then next week is the Milton Area School District. So shall one of those, for whatever reason, opt out, the entire project is done.
I think what we talked about that day, and just confirm with you, what we would do is have our solicitor take a look at the form of resolution you've given us, and if we have this on the agenda for a yay or nay at our August meeting, that fits your time frame?
That would definitely fit, and so be if someone before then says no, I will let you folks know so that you don't waste your valuable time. But if at all, if it can come sooner, if you have any other special meetings, by all means, I would applaud that as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
And Frank, why don't you just take a copy of that? That way I can take a look at it.
Motions need to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Wednesday, June 6th, 2018.
So moved.
Second?
Motion made and second. On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
And actually, just to interject, I think we might have skipped if there was any citizens' input on agenda items. That was down right at the very bottom of the
sorry.
page.
Yeah.
Is there any citizen input on agenda items for today's meeting? Okay. Being none, we'll pick back up.
4 and 5. Motions need to pay all county and liquid fuel payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 12 in the amount of $687,400.95, and payroll number 13 in the amount of $724,443.80.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need to pay all county and liquid fuel bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $6,656,661.12 from June 2nd, 2018 to July 6, 2018.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Announcements. Work sessions will be held on Tuesday, July 17th, 2018, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, August 7th, 2018 at 1 p.m. in the public meeting room at the Administration Center, 399 Stadium Drive, Sunbury. A public auction will be conducted by Jim Broombach at Sunbury on Saturday, August 4th, 2018 at 10 a.m. at the Northumberland County South Campus. A motion is needed for the Commissioners to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the month of May 2018 as submitted by the Assessment Office.
So moved.
Second?
The question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as items number 1 through 21.
So moved.
Second?
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following reports as listed on your public meeting agenda.
A motion?
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize execution as property owner of an application for zoning hearing to be submitted by Gadenzi Incorporated in regard to the premises it leases from the County of Northumberland located in Cole Township, Pennsylvania. Ratification.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Janice Quitica to the CETA Foundation Incorporated for a term ending April 24th, 2019.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to appoint Megan Shambaugh to the Local Emergency Planning Committee, LEPC, for a term ending December 31st, 2018.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the chairman's signature and a letter of support to Central Susquehanna Opportunities Incorporated, CSO, for their application to renew a contract for SNAP outreach.
So moved.
Second?
Question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the signing of the consent for right-of-way for reclamation work and access on behalf of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for AOAA Trail 110 subsidence.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion is needed to ratify permission to advertise the following as listed on your public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to ratify the renewal of the 2018-2019 property and casual insurance as presented by Purdy Insurance Agency Incorporated, as submitted by Human Resource Director Joseph Piccarelli.
So moved.
Second?
On the question? Okay. What does it have on there? Renewal of the property? Oh,
Casual.
yes, casual. Yeah. Just a casual slip in there. Okay. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
A motion is needed to enter into an agreement of sale to purchase certain real property and any building thereon, municipally addressed 45 Locust Street, Milton, Pennsylvania, also known as Northumberland County Tax Parcels Number 031-01-001-065 and Number 031-01-001-066, as more specifically described in Record Book 669 on the page 415 for $130,000, contingent upon appraisal, concurrence of the tax assessor, and inspection.
So moved.
I'll second. On the question, just so folks know, oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, what's the $130,000? The property in Milton's worth $130,000.
It's the property and a building that's on it that basically is going to be utilized for the district magistrate office that's up there. We had originally thought that what we were going to do is build a building up there on land that was owned by our housing authority. And we originally had received word from HUD that that would be okay, the way that we were planning on doing it. There ended up being some, they sort of backed away from that a bit, then they got back on board, but to be honest, we didn't want to end up in a situation where at the end, the rug got pulled out at the end because they, again, backed away from their position that it was okay to do this. It was going to mean a significant savings to the county as opposed to renting from a landlord, which is what we're doing currently. We got word that this property became available. It's currently being utilized. It's in very good condition. It's exactly the size. In fact, it has some of the physical characteristics that we were debating whether or not we wanted to pay up for in the other building when we were going to build from the ground up. And so it actually will be an additional savings even off of what we were planning to do in terms of, because this will just take some interior renovations and then it will be suitable for the district magistrate and we'll get in it much more quickly. It just happened to come available and it was brought to our attention around that time. We have actually received, I think, at least an informal appraisal from the county's agent that we use to do appraisals on the property, and at this price, it's below market value, well below. And in fact, we can't, this is all contingent upon us getting that favorable written approval. So to assure everyone that the property's value is, we're getting good value for what we're paying. I think that it will end up being an even better situation for the county. We will not be paying rent out again. Unfortunately, we were in a situation where the landlords that we had for many years wanted to significantly increase the amount of the rent, and we needed additional space, and that was going to come at even more of a premium. Here, we have the space that we need. We have parking lots already there. We don't have to build out any of those things. There's no site work to be done that there would have been, we would have had to do had we built on the other site. We went a different direction with it, and again, I think we'll actually be in it significantly earlier than what we would have been in, had we built from the ground up. So.
The other thing also is when we were dealing with the housing authority at the other property, we had to have the land appraised, and it came back at $70,000 just for the ground without the building or anything on it. Here, we're getting the property plus the parking lot for $130,000.
What was the prior use of the residence?
The daycare, some type of CSIU, we're using it.
I think it was probably something else before that. It's owned by Evangelical Hospital.
Unemployment office.
I was an unemployment
Okay.
office in Milton before. Yes?
Just what, I know where this property is, that's considered the flood zone, right off of Front Street?
So was the property we were looking at before also.
This is further, this is closer, I'm just curious, this is
Yeah.
closer to the river, right? Yeah. Thank you.
We are reconvening the group that was working on laying out the rest of the building, and we'll have a better sense of when they think that those interior changes can be completed. But the indication that we got from the engineer that was working on it was that this would be done significantly earlier than if we had built from the ground up. It very well might be able to be, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, one opposed, motion carries.
Motion need to approve the following change orders for the Northumberland County Prison as listed on your public meeting agenda.
We need time.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? I'll second. And on the question? All in favor? Oh.
Bring our reserve down
I don't think this affects the reserve where it is.
Yeah, brings the reserve down to 360,000 of the 800 reserve.
to, so Frank, after this is taken out, we're still.
After this is taken out,
Good.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, one opposed, motion carries.
Motion need to adopt and amend the restated Northumberland County Employees Section 125 Premium Only Plan as submitted by Human Resource Director Joseph Piccarelli.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need to authorize the leasing of a Copy Star CS-5052CI full color MVP and a Copy Star 602IB/W MFP from CSP Office Equipment for children youth services at a cost of $266.23 per month for 60 months.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need to approve the following honorary letters and certificates. Anniversaries, Mr. and Mrs. Alan Spiegelmeyer Sunbury, 50th wedding anniversary. Mr. and Mrs. Harry Kazanowski Shamokin, 70th wedding anniversary. Certificates, the 2017-2018 Scholar Athlete Awards.
A motion?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read this right.
Oh, okay.
If you don't mind, a few weeks ago, my wife ordered me to recognize her mom and dad, my mother and father-in-law. And when I asked what for, and they told me their 70th wedding anniversary, I was floored, because I never thought anybody could be married 70 years and still living together in the same house. And so Karen wrote up a nice thing that I'd like to read, and you know, I've thought about it, and I talk to my father-in-law often. He was in World War II. He was on an LST, not an LSD, an LST, which actually took the tanks and the men onto shore that they could go on and get on the beach. And he's talked about that often, but he was in the World War II in the 40s, and he came home and I think met my mother-in-law in 1945 and got married in 1948. I'm not sure there's anybody that was even born in 1948 here. Tom? I don't know if you were born before 1948. But I was born in 1953, but I just can't imagine. And so I've been thinking about this for weeks, and I just would like to read this to recognize, I don't know if we'll ever find anyone who's married for 70 years, and I thought at 40 years, 2 years ago, when I was married, that's long. 70 is a long time. So let me just read this to Mr. and Mrs. Keshnowski. The Commissioners of Northumberland County are pleased to offer their congratulations on the occasion of your 70th wedding anniversary. Whereas fulfilling 70 years of marriage is a marvelous achievement and serves as an inspiration to all citizens, an anniversary is a celebration of life and love and many special memories. May your day be special for both of you, and may joy and happiness be with you all through the years. Again, our warmest wishes and congratulations on the celebration of your 70th wedding anniversary. And I know other times I saw 50, and I don't know if we ever saw 60, and I'd say God bless them. And I have to God bless my mother and father-in-law, because that's some accomplishment. Thank you. So we need a motion.
Yeah, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motions need authorizing travel requests and attendance at the following workshop seminars as in accordance with the county's personnel manual travel reimbursement policy as listed on your public meeting agenda.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
On the question?
I have a question. So under planning, is anybody keeping track of what the total amount for travel requests and attendance of workshops for Mr. Alexander is? Because when we were budgeting, he submitted something that I totaled up, I think it was like, what was it, $47,000 for the year, and I just want to know if anybody's keeping track of how many he's gone on since we passed the budget and where that number's at. Does anybody know? Do you know? Do you know?
I think we talked about that before.
We did.
The decision was made, I think, as long as it was something in-state where he could drive to, we were willing to do that. It was the out-of-states where we needed flights and airfare and things like that, that we said that we would not approve. That's what we talked about, right, Steve?
As long as it was within the budget that was approved for his
And this is in
department.
Philadelphia, drivable, right?
Right, we went over the whole thing with
Yeah.
the list of the trainings.
Right.
And
I think,
wages.
My question is, how much in training has he spent, or have we spent on his training and workshops since we approved the budget? Do you know?
How much is that 47,000?
Yeah, well, how much have we allowed?
Well, I'd have to look at that. I can
Okay.
get that to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know it off the top of my head.
Because I mean,
I don't think that what he goes to are necessarily just
I mean, he's
trainings.
within- put it this way, he's
They're
within his
conferences where
he's within his department's
He's
budget.
within his department.
And does this too,
And other people go to things within planning also.
right, and that's what my next question is, see where it says two here, and like drug and alcohol says one, does that denote how many people are going from that department, or what does that mean? You know, like children and youth says 4, 2, drug and alcohol is 1. So is someone else going from planning, or? We only have 2 people in planning, so.
They have,
Intern.
yeah.
for paying for the intern to go to training.
It was like,
Oh, yeah, well, that's different. I'm talking
Yeah.
about a
It
week-long
wasn't a conference,
hotel,
right? No,
food.
Okay. It's actually,
It's just one.
yeah.
Right.
The intern is no longer an intern. We actually hired him
right, we
part-time
hired him, yes.
when Jane left, when our secretary left.
$25.
Yeah. Yeah, we hired him for a short
Corporate
period.
meeting.
I'm just, as I've said privately, I think to Commissioner Chickatano, to the budget director, to Karen, like, that was just an outrageous amount of traveling. I mean, when you totaled it all up, I couldn't even believe it, and it was a conservative estimate. And my concern was, when you look at the fact that you need, in my opinion, planning's very important, and we haven't been able to staff planning because of budget constraints, but then we have somebody going and traveling, at $40-some thousand in a year, and some of these places, it would be like 2 in Philly or 3 in Philly, or, I'm just saying, I get that it's network, it's not all training, some of it's important that he gets the word out and all of that, but I was shocked when I totaled it up, and I left the little ticker tape on our desk where we all see it, and I just wanted to know if somebody's keeping track of where he is on that ticker tape, if you could tell me.
All
Yeah.
travels are submitted and approved for budget before they go through.
Like this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we don't get circulated exactly what it costs to attend, exactly what the hotel fees are. That doesn't necessarily circulate for approval like this does. We just see it where he's going for how many days.
Yeah, for you, yeah, for
Right.
the commissioners, correct.
Right,
Right.
That's the price tag.
right. Because,
Uh, As being in the public, I would be, okay, how much is that gonna cost? You got 5 days or 4 days in Philadelphia for 2 people.
and
You
this,
can drive down there, they can drive back, but they're gonna be staying there, who's paying for the meals? I'm sure we're paying for the.
we are. And the thing is, it's year 3, and the networking and all the things that the 3 of us bought into have not paid off. I mean, some of these places that he was going to weren't even in-state. Now they're in-state, but how many in Philadelphia? You're probably seeing the same group of people at every convention that you saw in Philadelphia the month before. And with only 2 people in planning, it's difficult to man planning. And I just want to keep track of it.
Well, yeah, and I can say that I've questioned it. I think,
It's been the discussion
Yeah,
we've
I mean,
had,
it's been an ongoing
what the
discussion.
cost
So let's know
benefit
numbers
is
now,
of those
right?
things,
and
so.
so
yeah.
wherever he's going, it's within the budget, but I can't validate the effectiveness of what he's going to.
You could hire the full-time receptionist for what he budgeted for his workshops for the year. I mean, so that the phone gets answered, the door's open, and I mean, I just had to say it because I wanted on record as saying it. Thank you.
All right, so did we get a motion, or were we, so, do we,
So moved.
okay. Is there a
I
second?
seconded it.
Okay, motion made, seconded. We've already discussed it. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I'm opposed to planning, so everybody else, I'm okay.
We'll say opposed.
Want to split it out?
I'm just opposed to D.
So let's make one motion for everything A through C, E, and F. And then we'll make a subsidiary motion for D.
So,
Motion is needed to authorize travel request and attendance at the following workshops, seminars, as in accordance with the county's personnel manual, travel reimbursements, A through C, E, and F, as listed.
motion
So moved.
Second.
made second on the question. All in favor, state aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion 23A, a motion is needed to authorize travel request and attendance at the following workshops, seminars in accordance with the county's personnel travel management reimbursement policy, D, as listed.
So moved.
Second. Second. The question. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? One opposed. Motion carries. Okay, we'll move on to the solicitor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt Resolution R 48-18, amendment to site license agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Pardo's Perky Peanuts Incorporated to add an additional microwave dish to the tower. This is a ratification.
Moved.
Second.
Question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R49-18, contract agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Department of Information Technology and Service Electric Telephone for telephone services at the Northumberland County Prison. This is also a ratification.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R50-18, agreement between the County of Northumberland and Jim Brumbaugh for the purpose of conducting public auction at the Northumberland County South Campus. This is a ratification.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R51-18, SmartNet Renewal Sales Agreement between the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Department of Information Technology and Lightspeed Technologies Incorporated for computer equipment. This is a ratification.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor state aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R52-18, resolution to authorize the execution of temporary workspace permits between the County of Northumberland and Transcontinental Gas Pipeline Company, LLC, in exchange for $500 for dewatering purposes related to the construction of a natural gas pipeline located on Northumberland County parcel number 00A000777013D in Cole Township. This is a ratification.
So moved.
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R53-18, lease agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners and Central Susquehanna Intermediate Unit, CSIU, for office space room 305 at the Northumberland County Career and Arts Center located at 2 East Arch Street, Shamokin.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R54-18, resolution of the Northumberland County Commissioners for the approval of the 2018-2019 funding in the amount of $7,371 for the Mount Carmel Borough Lower Anthracite Transportation System, LATS.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Ed? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R55-18, intergovernmental agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Northumberland County Prison and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, acting by and through the Department of Corrections for providing a staffing survey, offer recommendations regarding CERT and chemical munitions, conduct K-9 searches and other searches or recommendations concerning safety and security.
Moved.
Second.
The question?
Yeah, I just would like to say, the reason this came about is when we had John Wetzel come here from the DOC, we asked him to, if we could have someone come up and help us with giving us a staffing number and giving us any, ideas on the prison. In order to do that, we had to pass this for him to be able to send someone up. So that will give them permission to come in and help us come up with a staffing number. Okay.
Anything further on the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R56-18, Commissioners' Budget Amendments as listed.
Moved.
Second. On the question? All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Same.
One abstention. Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R57-18, Agreements, Amendments, Revisions, Grants, Leases, and Reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed, numbers 1 through. Wow.
Dual time.
49.
49.
No question, it seems a lot of these items are amendments to the contract agreement. Is there a common amendment that applies to all of them?
A bunch of them have to do with the Agency on Aging. The Department of Aging required recently that contracts be extended for a period of, instead of the original 3 years. 3 years. So what we did was we entered into a bunch of amendments to simply extend the current term of the existing at no additional cost, but they require that the contract length be extended.
This is an extension from 2 to 3 years.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't think it's,
It's actually an extension from 3 to 5 years.
it's an extension of 2 years from 3 to 5.
Is there a motion?
Wait,
Oh, no,
the
we not?
above
Oh, we didn't.
agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees, nor does their organizational contract list county's employees as principals in their corporation or on their board of directors, with the exception of item number 42. Controller Grayson is a member of the CSO board and is non-voting on this matter.
A motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second on the question. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
It's time we call for any old business.
Good.
Hearing none, any new business to be discussed?
The public input. All right, we'll call the meeting adjourned.